10:49, Sunday the 20th of July. I am in my room listening to some music. Welcome to the Daily Diary. You can see me in the mirror. Let me just shift like that. But I actually don't mind if you guys see me. I've just been doom scrolling and it's just that, oh, you know when you just don't want to look at a screen, but I'm here looking at a screen. And when you feel, oh gosh, when you feel like your the front bit of your head just feeling very foggy, like that's how I'm feeling, I guess. But it's going away. You know what I mean? I just don't even know what I came here to speak about. You know how these lives go. We give a little update, then we start speaking about something else. Let me change the music. Let me play some jazz because I feel like jazz is much more like I can focus a bit more because it's just something just playing in the background, you know? I'm gonna play Desperado. Okay, so what have I been up to? What have I been thinking? What have I been doing? Hashtag daily diary. I've just been doing me, honestly. Um, we read our Bible today. Woo! We tried to do a little Bible study. I think this turns off because it's overheating. But we tried to do a little Bible study or whatever, and that went cute. Not me looking at that test that I need to do, child. Anyhow, it was cute. From what I learned, I guess. Not as doing that. What did we learn today in school? Um, in spiritual school. But honestly, from what I learned, what did I even read? I read Jeremiah 17, verses 1 to like 9. With the first bit. I'm trying to, remember what I studied, you know what I mean? From verses 1 to, from 1 to like, is it 5 or 4? I don't know, but it was just talking about the sin of Judah and how basically they had, their hearts was like as hard as stone or cold as stone. I'm paraphrasing now, okay? And their sin was chiseled within their hearts as stone, like a diamond point. And I felt like with an iron chisel, like the sin was chiseled in their heart. Something on the lines of that, you know what I mean? Let me lower this, I can concentrate on what I'm saying. But yeah, their sin was chiseled in their hearts of stone, like a diamond point or shaped as a diamond. And I was just like, oh, girl, that's fancy. What does that mean to me? I'm like, girl, that sin must have been intense because to chisel something into stone, obviously it's a simile, right? Girl, metaphor, sorry. Metaphor, sorry, darling. A metaphor was used to describe their sin and stuff, but metaphorically using like, the idea of a chisel and stone and everything and like the precision of a diamond and stuff. I'm just like, well, damn, girl, like this thing was quite intense in their hearts, you know? And they're just speaking about how like the Lord was basically gonna give their riches and stuff and like all the things that he had reserved for them to their enemies in a sense, like their punishment really. And all the pagan gods that they're worshipping pagan gods, etc. etc. How he was gonna basically the enemy was just gonna allow their enemies to plunder it and just take it all, you know? And it speaks about the oh girl, what's going on with the thingy? It spoke about like onwards, like trust in man, like how those who trust in man basically are cursed because like why do you trust in man and not trust in God? And the comparison between trusting in man versus trusting in God and like what people basically experience and what they entail trusting in man and like metaphorically like the whole idea of basically, if I'm paraphrasing again, it being like you in a desert, they're like a shrub in the desert, like a dry ass desert, like, you know what I mean? Versus trusting in God and like the fruit that it produces. And then the heart of man, it goes to down to verse 9, the heart of man, and how the heart of man, like you can understand it, is like really wicked. And what did I write in my notes? I wrote something in my notes about like as humans and as people, I feel like at times we think that we know ourselves, but we don't actually know ourselves to the full degree that God knows us as, if I'm making any sense. And like the whole idea of introspection, like it's okay, and like self awareness, I believe, is a gift from God. To be able to be self-aware and to break certain like look at yourself and look at certain characteristics and to hand them over or look at them and just analyze them and like just figure things out, like in regards to change and growing and being a better person, and just the whole idea of analysis, you know what I mean? Let me see what I wrote in my notes. Actually, I wrote it on this laptop because after this, yeah, I typed it into Miss ChatGPT. Girl, I was like, Jeremiah 17, verse 9 goes on to talk about how deceptive the human heart is. To me, I take it as we as humans we cannot or do not fully know who we are as individuals in a heart posture sense, and trying to figure ourselves out and truly know ourselves. Like, we know ourselves, obviously, like with introspection, like you know yourself to a certain degree, but not to the fullest degree that you think you may know yourself, if I'm making sense. I feel like, and that's where God comes into play because, like, in regards to your introspection, that's where He meets you, I guess, and like reveals certain stuff about you that helps you grow and become a better person, I guess. So then I went on to say, Um, I think by the grace of God, we can know and understand ourselves to a certain degree. And in regards to the revelation that Christ may give us about ourselves, but it is Him who truly knows who we are, our motives and plans, our intentions, and all. I may be wrong, but it does say it is only that man and God it is only man and God who knows what's going on inside him. So like in regards to, let me turn off the music because it's giving focus. It's only like an individual who truly knows what's going on inside of him, but to a certain degree. But then God knows the whole scope of you, your intentions, your motives. Some people know why they did stuff, some people don't. Some people may be doing something, but then later on down the line realize, oh my gosh, when I used to do ABZ, it was out of a trauma response or whoopty whoopty woo. And I feel like God helps us in that side of introspection. I feel like, and I spoke about this story to my therapist when I was doing therapy, and like really was like thinking about the whole idea of introspection and stuff, and how it introspection, if you sit down and you're not actually living, or hey, like your introspection isn't coming with life and you're just sitting down and you're really like trying to be introspective, it can make you go crazy, it can make you go mad, and it can make you feel as though, I think I wrote it in, I think I spoke about it on my YouTube live, where introspection can make you to a certain degree become the god of yourself, and it brings like introspection in regards to like when you're not living and you're just wholly solely focused on yourself and just like in your own world. And yes, introspection is good, but I feel like there's like a line, or it can go really well and it can go terribly wrong, you know what I mean? Where you can become the god of yourself, and it can also bring a lot of confusion if you're in constant introspection and constantly thinking about certain things and trying to puzzle and find the pieces of your own life and really trying to understand yourself with your own human side, which you can understand yourself to a certain degree, but then I do also believe that God also, within His work, within His ways, brings that form of revelation. So, i.e., girl, like certain stuff that we do, trauma responses. Even when you go to therapy and then you realize, well, oh my goodness, I was doing A, B, Z because whoopty woo, and you didn't understand it at that time, but now you know because of the revelation by the grace of God that you've received. Christ has given you. But anyhow, so I said that to Chat, and then Chat must have been like, I know, everyone's like, stop speaking to Chat GPT. I know. Chat was like, you're absolutely right. We often believe our motives are pure, our intentions are noble, or our desires are harmless, but in reality, we often justify what we want, blind ourselves to our own pride, fear, or compromise, chase things that we think make us whole, but actually don't. That's why the Bible warns us not to follow our hearts blindly. What you said is spot on. We as humans cannot or do not fully know who we are in a heart posture sense. And then chat was like, that's exactly what Jeremiah is saying. Self deception is real, and we often don't know why we do what we do, what we are really chasing, or how broken our inner world really is. Only God, and to a lesser degree the individual, truly sees the heart. So we know our hearts, but to a certain degree. And I feel like God reveals the inner workings of our hearts to us when we get to know him a bit more, I guess. I don't know. But I, the Lord, search all hearts and examine secret motives. I give all people their due rewards according to what their actions deserve. You said it is Him who truly knows who we are, our motives, plans, and all. Absolutely. God sees beneath behavior, beneath belief, down to the core of who we are. And what's amazing is he doesn't just see the sin, he sees the pain, the longing, the wounds, the potential, the calling, the new creation underneath all the mess. He sees what we hide from others and even what we hide from ourselves and still doesn't turn away. By grace, God reveals us to ourselves bit by bit. You said, which is saying that I said, by the grace of God, we can know and understand ourselves in regards to the revelation Christ may give us about ourselves. That's a beautiful and true insight. We can't fully know ourselves apart from Christ, but in Christ, God gently peels back the layers, reveals our hearts, and shows us who we really are, both the broken parts and the image bearing beauty He puts in us. Sometimes that comes through conviction, sometimes through healing, sometimes through unexpected circumstances that expose what's really inside, you know? But always he does it in love, not to shame us, but to redeem us and restore us. And then it gave me like a little summary. Our hearts are deceptive. And then your insight, we don't fully understand our own motives or desires. Truth. God alone knows our hearts. Your insight. Only He sees us clearly better than we see ourselves. Truth. We need grace to understand ourselves. Revelation comes not through introspection alone, but through relationship with Christ. And in truth, this self awareness is slow and sacred. And in your insight, bit by bit, God reveals the truth and heals us. And heals as He reveals. Sorry. So yeah, you're not wrong. You're hearing scripture clearly, and it's letting you shape your understanding of identity, surrender, and grace. That's what we did today, girl. Can the church say amen? But anyhow, so like I really like read that, and it just had me thinking about introspection and just like life in general, and just like the fear of the heart and the soul and the mind. This is from the brain, from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. Um, I guess like the whole of Jeremiah 17, not the whole of it, but from 1 to 9, had me thinking low key about just surrender life, especially when you have certain desires that you really want. And y'all already know I speak about it all the time. I'm homosexual! But anyhow, certain desires that you really want, like you really want to be in a loving, a committed relationship, but he says otherwise. So it's kind of like, I don't want to play this game where I'm like, yeah, I want you, but then I don't at the same time want you, and I truly want this. But then I know that you are good for me. So that's like the whole like concept, the whole battle, the whole fight, pardon, the whole struggle of like the desires and surrender and what it truly means to surrender. And I guess like with more revelation of him, I guess I don't know, surrender may look and come across as easier to me and for me. But yeah, guys, after that, we said a little prayer, tried to prepare, you know what I mean? Um, and then I was like, I went back on TikTok. I felt like I didn't want to go on TikTok, but I still wanted it anyways because it was giving very much doom scroll. I went on TikTok and scrolled. Um, but it was nice. It was a nice and peaceful moment being in the presence of God and just like reading the word, reading the Bible. It was cute, it was dandy, it was peaceful because we haven't done it in a while. So it was like cute and peaceful and it was lovely. And then we went on TikTok and we were just scrolling. Uh, and a part of me is like, should I really be on TikTok? I need to take some time off of TikTok. Actually, I was even telling myself, like, I don't want to be, like, before I came on live, I don't want it to be a thing where I'm so sucked up in, obviously, I don't want to say social media is my job. I don't work jobs, I am a job, you know what I mean? I don't want to say social media is my job, but I am on social media, you know what I mean? And I do social media, but it's a way of life. It's just beautiful just being on socials and sharing my passions and my creativity and the fun and everything, but at times like I don't want to get so sucked up into the social realm and just technology and just my phone and everything that when I come out of it after doom scrolling, I sit in my room and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do or I don't know what I have to do. Even though I know that I've got stuff to do, I'm like, then I can't be bothered to do that stuff, those tasks because I see them tasks as, they're not interesting enough, hashtag dopamine. Um, and yeah, just trying to get off the loop of being sucked into my phone and doom scrolling. And it's nice to scroll and look at content, but like having a timestamp on it and really like being, I guess, like to a certain degree, like disciplined, but not even disciplined, like the whole route of like how my phone and like scrolling, I guess, brings a sense of comfort and like finding comfort in the in the real world instead of being on my phone a lot and just like comfort in the things that I used to do. You know, when we were kids and you literally you just play imaginary games with yourself or with your friends, and just like when you were bored, you would find something to do. I know, especially for us, like growing up, like we didn't have money like that. We didn't have Wi-Fi at times. Girl, we barely had Wi-Fi in this house. We had to go internet cafe at times, but like making stuff, doing what you got to do. Either it's like picking up a hobby and stuff, and then I was even telling myself like I would get back into dance, but then it's like, girl, like it costs. But then I was sitting here and I was like, girl, you can really go on YouTube and find a dance video and really like be off of socials like that and just be dancing in your room, following a dance routine. If you want to get better at dancing, you could really do that. So I just like, it's just applying the certain stuff, I guess. I guess. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about and just like authentically, truthfully living. I've been wanting to, like, when you've got content that you need to edit, like, I've got content that I need to edit. Have I been editing? No. I've got, I've got like this beat. I found this beat that I really want to write a song to. Have I even started? I wrote a few verses. No. I feel like at times certain tasks in my mind can feel a bit like it can feel a bit daunting. It can be like, oh my gosh, I've got to do this, and then it's given like, oh, just thinking about it gives not panic mode, but it puts you in this like, oh gosh, like it seems so long when that's not actually the case. And sometimes it may be the case, it may be long, but trying to switch my mindset and being like, even in the longness, in the longevity of this task, let me have fun with it, you know? The fun is in the creation, not the validation. But let me try have fun with it. And even if it's a task that's not fun, trying to do it bit by bit so I can get it over and done with, you know? I don't know. But yeah, that's been me. As for dating life, obviously we already talked about Christ now. Girl, we talk about everything here. Ooh, girl, that flashing lights. Flashing lights. Dating life is pretty non-existent. Girl, I'm on Hinge, girl, but Hinge ain't even given like that. It's not. Ooh, look at these teeth. Hinge ain't even really given like that, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've been seeing so many videos, well, not so many, but a few videos even today, talking about how we're losing just like, what's the word? The connection of like, just forming connections in reality, in regards to like relationships and stuff, and just like the slow burning relationships when you meet someone, and then over time when you start to get to know them a bit more, you start falling in love with them, or you start to like really really like fall in love with them and just like who they are, their personality, etc etc. And the opposite as well, in regards to when you see someone and you speak to them and they may appear attractive, but then as time goes on, even though they're lovely, you're like, they're not for you, like you know what I mean. So just that. I've just been thinking about that, looking at that. Hinge has just been so, it's just very mechanical. Like just the whole swiping, no swiping and everything. And this is why I just want to start going on dates. Even it's giving, where's the manyan? Where is the manyan? But we can do something for you. You know what I mean? Like, let's rob a store. I'm joking. No illegal activities. But I'm just like, yeah. Like it's just very mechanical. Just the hey, how are you? Whoopsie whoopsie woo. Like shit, let's match and then be like, girl, what are you doing tomorrow? Let's go to the park. Let's go for a walk. You know? As much as I say it, like obviously once you experience it, that's when it's gonna be given ooh. But like I say it, but I genuinely wanna feel it and experience it. Like I wanna of course, we don't want like first dates and stuff to be awkward, but I want to experience the awkwardness of a first date. But I don't. But I do. You know what I mean? I want the authenticity of it. I want the free flowingness of the emotions, the build up, the chemistry. If there's no chemistry, just the everything. I want to experience that. You know what I mean? And just being on Hinge is just that. I want to. It's not giving that. You know what I mean? Like it gives, but not gives. Like I want to experience your personality. I want to experience you in a real life. You know, even though it can be awkward, and I know, girl, I know if it's someone that you find real cute, especially with me, I'm just gonna be like I don't speak much. Like she said, "Hola, cómo está?" She said, "Konnichiwa." You know, she said, "Pardon my French." I said, "Murara." But like, I'll be eating on the table like, oh my goodness, I'm so shy. But like, it's just the little things like that that just makes it, you know, lively, I guess. It makes one feel like a human and makes you feel alive, you know? But yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. Hinge has not been the tea. But I was recently thinking that, girl, I need a decent man out of my life. But not in a decent man like fuck man. Like, obviously, if love comes my way, love comes my way. Or if someone wants to speak, yeah. But like, the focal point needs to be, you know, shifted or whatever, you know? Because I want love. I want a slow burn of love. You know, burn a boy. I prefer. I need to even take my vitamins. There's one person. I try not to look at how many people are in lives because then I don't want it to throw off my trajectory of how I speak, you know? Because it's supposed to feel like I'm speaking to myself, but I'm speaking to people, but I'm speaking to myself. And how I speak to myself and I speak to God in my room by myself. You know, when you just be having conversation with yourself, but then you just let me just hide it, let me hide it. So that's why I don't be looking at the screen sometimes. But yeah, that's life. We're still in the girl, not for long though. But we still currently in the overdraft is she is loaded up. The other Miss Mamas is loaded up and triggered, girl. We about to pull the trigger on her. But I just need a new job. I emailed a few. Well, did I email a few places? I emailed one place. I really want to perform there. But in order to perform there, you need to like, they ask for your socials. They were like, oh, like, do you have socials? Have you posted anything with in regards to your music and stuff? And I was just like, right. I don't even have that much colors. So it's looking like we're gonna have to like make a separate TikTok page where like I post my covers and I post my music and stuff. And yeah, grow a small platform. Because I feel like, yeah, I do like posting my covers on my main page, but then I feel like with the amount of content I do and with Taki Taki Adventures, because we use Taki Taki Adventures, I feel like I don't know if the seriousness of my content sometimes gets lost. I want everyone to see the whole scope of me, but then I feel like I might need to make a separate page for my seriousness and my music and stuff and my art. And then the comedy stuff can be comedy and fashion, you know? But yeah, yeah, that's, I guess, all I have to say. Um, I was gonna fill you guys in on the Mr. Mo, Somali, Mr. Mali. But no, I'm pretty much like, them ones where you want him, but then you don't want him, but you want him, but you don't want him. I'm just like, because he ain't serious. He a freak, but he ain't serious. But he ain't serious. And I don't think he's trying to find anything serious. And I told him this. I was just like, girl, before this goes anywhere, like, are you looking for something serious or are you not looking for something serious? You gotta let me know. And he was like, I will. He sent laughing emojis and said, I'll think about it. Girl, like, you did not slut me out like 2 weeks ago. I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, like, it was intense when I saw him. Very intense. So he did not fuck the booty hole. But I'm just gonna say, oh girl, sorry for language. It was very intense. We did not bang, but that's all I'm gonna say. It was intense, girl. It was a scene. It was a crime. It was a crime scene. Hey, ooh, is this illegal? Hey, ooh, it feels illegal. Very much that. But that's me with him. Yeah. That's me with him and my life. The I don't know if I can drop names. I be thinking like, girl, like if this page blows up and shit, like, you know what I mean, and then people start watching these videos, they're gonna know who I'm talking about. And I ain't trying to be exposing people like that. Oh my goodness. I just saw a comment, but it just went, I don't know what happened. Oh, it's Nye. It was Nye. Hey. No. He ate the nyash. Oh no, he didn't eat the nyash. I haven't had my bomb ate, girl. I don't know. I've never had my booty ate, guys. Wait, live chat. There. Let me just leave it like that so I can see the comments. No, I've never had my booty ate, guys. Like I have never had my butt ate. I sucked the peen. But girl, it was given very much slutted out. Like he said, you gonna have this peen. And this peen gonna be yours regardless. Oh, this feels so unholy to say. But girl, oof. What a night, what a night. Girl. She she wasn't just a slag. She was a total slag. You know what I mean? That's what was given. But anyway, that's me, that's life, this journey, that's faith. That's the heart of the situation. I need a job. I need money. I want some money. But I'm not really too fussed about my money. I guess because I'm not really as fussed. Why I need the money, girl. You know when you need money, but I'm not really like fussed because I haven't been looking at my bank account. Because if I look at that bank account, that's probably gonna put me. That's unnecessary stress. You know when you do certain things or you go certain place and it just brings not necessarily like stress and trauma. You don't need that, so that's why I just don't take a look at my bank account. I just don't take a look. I don't peep. I don't look at it, girl, because I already know the overdraft has overdraft. So I know I'm about to hit that limit of the overdraft, and once I hit that limit, girl, it's giving she's walking everywhere. I can't even skate, guys, because my roller skate, one of the wheels, the plastics popped off, and now I need to change my roller skates. And the last time I went to the roller skate shop, the man was talking about around £60. I don't know if he said £20 to buy the wheels and then £60 to fix, or £60 to get the thing and get it fixed there. I said, wow, not in this economy. I think the flip not. But that's my own fault. It's not my own fault, but like I'm like, I need to just buy Bowers. Girl, same. I've not even looked at it until Barclays calls my phone. I'm good. Exactly, baby girl. Like, darling, babe, nah, that's literally tea, girl. Like, I haven't been looking at um my banking. I have not been looking at that online banking, girl. Run that overdraft through the ground, girl, and up into the ceiling because who? I know I'm about to hit the limit, but I just don't know. I don't want to say I don't care because I do care, but I'm just like, these people aren't giving me shifts. Yeah. Yeah. And so much stuff is happening as well. So much stuff's coming up. I've got a baby shower on the 2nd of August. I've got an event that I'm going to on the 27th. Nah, I was even going to ask you, babe, do you want to come to the Orange? There's a Turtles event on the 27th. Darling, I need to even send that to you. I feel like that night would be so cute. Tay and Lou and I are going, and I think Matilda might come. I'm not too sure yet. But it's gonna be in Hackney, so we love a close event. But yeah, I'm like on the 27th. There's something going on. Turtles, yeah, the Turtles. They're like this like group that you know how like me and my little turtles like in the sea. Girl, they're called the Turtles, but not Save the Turtles. It's not like a Save the Turtles. Then they're called the Turtles. They're like them like creative groups, like the creative groups that like DJs, they host events, they do like different stuff, like charity events and stuff like that. They like very like young creatives, like young lit and fucking sexy. You know what I mean? Like black, everything, girl. I don't know if you saw my story on Insta, but it was like a few weeks ago when I was in like my blue shorts and I went to that like it looked like a party in the park thing with Tahira and stuff. That was the event and stuff. I went with Tahira and Baria. Yeah, it was me, Tahira and Baria. And who else? Anyone else? Yeah, just me, Tahira and Baria. But yeah, it was their event. So they're gonna be having another event, and the events are tea down boots, girl. You'll be dancing, okay? Okay, so, oh girl, pardon me. Sorry. Oh girl, that chicken salad. I had a little chicken salad, girl. I was like, I need to be healthy. I haven't been taking my vitamins. I need to take my vitamins. And girl, I'm like, when your stomach feels stuffed, but you feel like inwardly you need a good cleanse. That's what I'm thinking I need. Like I need to stop eating. But then at the same time, for the sake of my hair and my trichologist, I have to eat because I'm going through eczema hair therapy. And if I want this eczema to kick in, I need to eat. And I need to buy minoxidil. But can I afford the minoxidil right now? No. But we're going to get it soon. And I've got my appointment on Wednesday. The 27th this month, yeah, babe. Do you have a gig, girl? Um, but yeah, like I've got my eczema therapy on Wednesday and I'm gonna see my trichologist and she's gonna be like, oh, so how's the minoxidil been? Babe, I haven't been using the minoxidil because I haven't bought it because girl, the finances. So I've got that my appointment on a Wednesday. I've got an upcoming baby shower. I've also got an upcoming naming ceremony. There's just like so much stuff going on. Yes, we saw the TikTok inches and coming. Thank you, darling. Like literally, baby girl. It's giving very much that. So I'm just like, I need to purchase minoxidil. And minoxidil that she sent me is a specific one and it's £54. And let's just say I can't be breaking the bank. I don't, yeah. As I said, I haven't been looking at Halifax. So, babe, I know that, yeah. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. It's the fact that once I get a job, I need to pay. Once I start earning like more money, obviously this agency stuff is just, ugh. But once you start earning money, you have to clear out all the overdraft first and then start making money. 27th, I'm coming back from a gig in Norwich after being in Glasgow, so I don't know. Oh, darling, please like let us know if you can. It's from 7 p.m. onwards. Well, it starts on the 4th. I was even speaking to someone on Hinge today and they were telling me, oh, are you coming to my gig? And I was just like to him, I don't know. It's gonna be in the Orange Room. It's gonna be in Stratford. And he was like, what's your Instagram? I sent him my Insta and I was like, what's yours? And he hasn't responded till now. So I don't know what that's about, but anywho. Um, yeah, that's life so far, guys. Faith, life, journey, giving up the guy. And yeah, the pot calling the kettle black, I guess. That's what's been going on with moi. What am I doing even tomorrow? I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. This is the thing, like today I would have went, even tonight, I would have gone on a lovely skate, but I can't skate because my wheel is bust up. And now I probably have to get back into my skateboarding bag. And it's not like I don't want to. It's just skateboarding, just a bit more effort. I'm just like, oh, no, I shouldn't think like that. And there's no skate parks around my house. Well, there's a BMX. I think there's like a BMX bike park. But like as in a skateboard, the only one that I can think of is the one that I went to in Camden. And near, what's this place called? The London Eye. They're like near Tower, not Tower Bridge, well, London Bridge / Tower Bridge. Underneath one of the underpasses, they've got like a little skate community there, like skateboard community. And I'm just like, yeah, so it's either that. I need to go get my wheels fixed. I'm gonna see tomorrow. I'm gonna just go and see tomorrow. Even I know I need to look at my bank account first, but I'm gonna go see how much it costs to buy new wheels, and if I can buy new wheels, I will just buy a pack of new wheels and just come back home and do it myself. I just don't know, girl. And I'm still waiting for my little refund from TikTok Shop from them wheels that I tried to buy from TikTok Shop. I'm waiting for my refund, darling. I want my £11 back. I need all my money back. Girl, this ain't the time to be playing. I need all. What was that sound? Girl, this is what I'm saying in regards to this garden and everything. And these stairs. Ooh, girl. But I need all my money back. But anywho, that is me. Hopefully you guys have a lovely evening. Yeah. I'm supposed to edit, girl. I've had this when I went out and I bought like how much worth of clothes. I did the haul. I've edited the haul to a certain degree and I haven't finished editing it. I think I'm just gonna give myself some space, some grace, and I'm gonna continue edit. Guys, I'm gonna continue editing it tomorrow. Even my headphones. I need to buy new headphones because my headphones broke when I was going to the little dance thingy, the ad thing. I was liming it there with Louise, dropped my headphones in the middle of the road, picked them up, they snapped in half. So that's like, they're now sellotaped up there. I'm just like, you know what? If it's not, I don't want to be like, if it's not one thing, it's the next, but it's kind of like, girl, hello? And everyone wants to be popping out babies and having stuff, girl. I'm like, I need to buy some stuff for baby shower. If I'm going to this baby, why I have to go to this baby shower. I'm gonna show my face. It's not like I can't go to this baby shower, but it's like my friend's baby shower. I have to go to that, and the money, girl, at this rate, girl, is giving very much, darling. Do you want me to come over? I can give you a free wig. that's what you can get for the baby shower. I can come and lay your hair down, girl, before the baby shower. The gift I bring is a wig. I hope they got the glue. That's all I can say. But yeah, that's literally me. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Oh my gosh, and if Nye's still near, girl. Miss Garci, Naya said that was gonna come to hers on Thursday. Is it Thursday or Wednesday? I don't know, but Lunaya was telling me. So, yeah. But I'm gonna love y'all and leave y'all. I've been speaking for basically 40 minutes. Hasta luego, as Miss Jocelyn Hernandez would say. Fuego. Good night and good riddance to the loo. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Wednesday is cool, cool, cool. Perfect.